voting for Manipur, Rajasthan as well as Tripura. Voting is also in progress for 14 of the 28 seats in Karnataka, 8 seats in Maharashtra and Uttar Pradesh, 5 seats in Bihar, Assam and Madhya Pradesh, 3 seats each in Chhattisgarh and West Bengal and 1 seat in Jammu and Kashmir. Of the 89 seats, 9 are reserved for the scheduled castes and 7 for the scheduled tribes. 1,210 candidates are contesting the polls in the second phase, with the BSP having fielded the most number of candidates at 74, followed by BJP at 68 and Congress at 68. In 2019, NDA won 61 of the 89 seats that are polling in the second phase, whereas the parties that now constitute the India bloc had won only 23 of the 89 seats. In terms of vote share, the NDA had gone around 50.73% of the votes compared to India bloc's 41.94%. Now, the BJP alone had won 55 of these 89 seats. This including the independents in Mandya MPs Sumalata Amrish and Amravati MP Navneet Rana, who joined the BJP recently. Now, with the Congress far behind at 18, some of the key candidates whose fate will be tested in the second phase are Rahul Gandhi, who is contesting from Wayanad, Shashi Tharoor, who is fighting against Rajiv Chandrasekhar in Thiruvananthapuram, Tejasvi Surya from Bangalore South, B.Y. Raghavendra from Shimoga, C.P. Joshi from Bhilwara, Birla from Kota, Navneet Rana from Amravati, Hema Malini from Mathura, Arun Govind from Meerut, Bhupesh Baghel from Rajnaggaon. Well, we are in fact joined in by K.V. Prasad, a senior journalist. K.V. Prasad, the important battle lines have already been drawn. Some of the important constituencies, of course, the 3 constituencies in Bengaluru, North, Central and South, and then you have the 3 constituencies in Kerala, Thrissur, Wayanad as well as Thiruvananthapuram. Karnataka, let's in fact go to that. We have, of course, Mandya and Mysuru as well going to the polls. When we talk about Karnataka, BJP is a comfortable position when it comes to Karnataka because it's a state in which they have held power. But after the assembly elections, there's been questions about whether Karnataka would vote differently for the Lok Sabha and would not continue with how it had voted for the assembly elections. So do you think Karnataka is going to be for the BJP? Because the big question that always the opposition had thrown at the BJP was that it was not having that kind of a southern push. But Karnataka could be that respite that they are looking for.
Well, I think Karnataka, as you say, has always been the stronghold of BJP. It has what they call the lotus bloom began in Karnataka and remains so in Karnataka. But there is a caveat, if one were to put it that way, that the BJP has never acquired enough seats in the assembly to be in the power or run the government in Karnataka on its own steam. That. Number 2, in these elections, of course, the BJP has had a good crop from Karnataka in the last Lok Sabha elections. But this time they also have taken an addition is Janata Dal Secular. And in fact, the 2 seats you mentioned, whether it is Hassan or that Mandya area, where the Janata Dal Secular, in particular the Devegowda family, it's considered to be their pocket bro. So that's one aspect of Karnataka. But yes, Karnataka remains a stronghold, and probably the maximum seats that the BJP can think of getting from the south of India. We remember we just finished 40 seats of Tamil Nadu and 1 seat of Pondicherry in the first phase of elections. Now the entire 28 of Karnataka. So the bulk of the seats in the southern India will be decided by this evening. So BJP would expect a reasonable number of seats from at least Karnataka is there. But yes, the fact is the last assembly elections gave a different result for the BJP, and the Congress is on a good, better footing. We'll have to see if the voters will discern and vote differently when it votes for a national government vis-a-vis the assembly elections where they elect state government. That's where I look at it.
All right. In fact, from Karnataka, we did have the reactions coming in. We had Narayan Murthy as well as Sudha Murthy voting early morning itself. Let's in fact listen to what they had to tell the media after they cast their vote.
To execute the right given by our constitution to choose whatever candidate from whichever party he or she is to govern us. Therefore, today is a very happy day Today is a day when we should all be enthusiastic to exercise that power. Thank you.
I want to tell everyone, don't sit at home and then make comments. Come out. This is your right. Choose your leader. You express your what is in your mind, and don't comment. I always feel urban people vote less compared to rural people, and don't do that. Please come out, and you can see a lot more of my age people here. So I request youngsters to come out, vote, express what's in your mind.
Well, we also have with us Rennie Abraham, senior journalist, who in fact joins us as well. Rennie, we have also seen how voting has been taking place in Karnataka. We were just speaking to KV Prasad about Karnataka and what a chance of BJP is. But Kerala, we have seen how much of effort that BJP has been putting into it. It has senior leaders like Rajiv Chandrasekhar sitting MOS who has been put into Trivandrum. A lot of people say kind of parachuted there, but still they have in fact made that effort to ensure that there is some kind of fight that is given to both the UDF and the LDF, and Wayanad of course and Thrissur. But how much of a chance is there for the BJP to crack the Kerala code when it comes to ensuring that they do go for this 400 plus seats that they envisioned for? But there has been several attempts by the central leadership of the BJP. They've been trying, the Prime Minister himself has had several road shows and rallies in Kerala, and there is this hope that at least one seat would be able to be secured by the BJP from the state, and it's been a very tough political matrix to crack into. How do you see BJP's prospects in Kerala?
Well, Kerala is keeping with the BJP's game plan for South. They have thus far had some positives in Telangana and in Karnataka, but they've never been able to really consolidate their own position in Tamil Nadu or Kerala thus far. So what's very crucial here to understand is, be it Tamil Nadu or Kerala, even if the BJP does not envisage winning a great number of seats there, their focus is a little more, pragmatic, politically speaking. In the case of Tamil Nadu, they know that there is state assembly elections that is going to be scheduled in 2026. And therefore, they are putting their might in it so that they are able to grow their political footprint in Tamil Nadu. Likewise, in Kerala, they are hoping to grow their footprint, and they're happy about the fact that although there is an India alliance at the national level broadly, in Kerala, you are seeing the very left that is in that India alliance actually taking on the Congress and, making things roughshod for Rahul Gandhi himself in Wayanad, where they have pitted A. Raja's wife, Annie Raja, against Rahul Gandhi. So, realistically speaking, although the BJP may not expect to have great number of seats coming here, their efforts to, laser focus on Kerala and Tamil Nadu is expected to pay good dividends to them going ahead in subsequent assembly elections. As you know, they've been projecting Annamalai as their CM candidate for Tamil Nadu. In Kerala, though, they are hoping that this whole political, heft that they can benefit from gives them even a seat or two. I mean, which was an unthinkable proposition till a little while back.
You're saying that one seat or two and the effort that has been in fact put into it. But there's always this question, we have seen it how it happened in the assembly elections or when it happened during the previous Lok Sabha elections as well. There is this question saying that there's this 20-20 match that's happening between the LDF and the UDF. If they think that the candidate is, one of the candidates is not going to in fact go ahead and probably win, they would have a transfer of votes. Similar strategy being employed by the AIDMK with the DMK in Tamil Nadu, and that is why the BJP is unable to crack into this matrix. Is there any truth to that?
See, the fact of the matter is, and which is being emphasized even in these Lok Sabha elections, is that regional parties have a big say in the goings on. So, whether it was the India alliance that sought to be overall umbrella of opposition formation, political formations, we saw that suddenly in West Bengal, the BJP was unable to, the Congress and India Alliance partners were unable to get Mamta Dedi on board. So that has been the clear lesson from the political side of things, as is being evident. Although there is an alliance, it is not really holding strong when it comes to the state level organization. You see the same thing happening even in UP, where Akhilesh is trying to rule the roost, and where surprisingly this time they expect that the AIMIM is likely to have a huge share of the minority vote bank, so to speak. So regional parties are having their say in a bigger way than probably in 2019.
Well, in fact, stay with us, KV Prasad as well as Renee Abraham. We will come back to you. We slip into a short break now. News and updates will continue on the other side.
Currently, the industry is facing a lot of challenges as far as demand is concerned. Basically, that US markets has slowed down because of high inflation.
So obviously, diamonds being a dream product, something which doesn't have a utility value or is seen as a luxury. So that obviously goes off your shopping list. That's the first item that will go off your shopping list, especially in recessionary trends.
That lab-grown diamonds are not mined, and they do away with the entire mining. So they save up on all the environmental damage that is associated with mining, and of course, the mining cost, which is why they're even more affordable.
People that is impacted by all these recessions are the artisans, are the people who work in this industry, right? But I think lab-grown diamond has allowed them to actually use their skills in the same product.
This and more streaming on world's first news OTT, News9 Plus. Download now.
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
Helps beat sensitivity fast. Sensodyne Rapid Relief.
Well, we've been talking about how the voting patterns were there in Karnataka and Kerala, but let's also look at another crucial state, Maharashtra. It is being said that almost 8 seats are going for the polls today in the second phase when it comes to Maharashtra. And let me get in KV Prasad into this. KV Prasad, how do you see Maharashtra? Maharashtra, of course, we have seen factions within factions, alliances within alliances. There seems to be a much more of a fractured situation in Maharashtra. How do you in fact see that?
Well, I think part of it was characterized by many, yes. One state, in the state of the seat of Baramati, place where Supriya Sule has held the position for a long time. And this time they say it is Pawar versus Pawar. That is because Supriya Sule, a daughter of Mr. Sharad Pawar, is contesting against her sister-in-law, who is the wife of Ajit Pawar, the Deputy Chief Minister. So that explains the family feud which was being talked about, the split in Pawar, the NCP. So that is a very... on the other hand, we also have seen the Shiv Sena factions, one belonging to Uddhav Balasaheb Thackeray, which is a Shiv Sena UBT versus the Chief Minister's party. So, in the last election, the Shiv Sena was won, it was with the BJP. NCP was won, it was with the Congress. So now we have half of them, or rather, we don't know in terms of numbers, but a certain faction behind BJP, both from Shiv Sena and Pawar, and a similar situation with the Congress. So it's a fight which is now, the pie has been further cut. So how are the people going to take it? Is Pawar going to, the senior Pawar going to get traction because of, say, what is known as the sympathy factor? Is Uddhav Balasaheb Thackeray, will he establish himself as the real Shiv Sena, as they call it? So I think these are some of the issues that probably will be on the people's mind and also on the mind of political observers when the results start coming on June 4th. We can kind of interpret this data at that point of time.
All right. And at the same time, how do you see, as you were talking about the larger Maharashtra question, it is going to be because of the fractured situation that we see, and you were saying that, there's questions about who's the real Shiv Sena, who's the real NCP. This fractured kind of nature, do you think it could in fact go ahead and throw out a surprise by any chance?
Well, as I said, we don't know what the speakers, the people are speaking. They're speaking through the ballot. And there is going to be a certain push and pull factor both ways.
Well, let me bring a little more. I'm talking about, could there be a regional variance to this question, is what I was trying to ask. Like the Marathwada has a different kind of understanding to this fractured nature of the political situation. The Vidarbha region could have a different take to the fractured situation, and the Konkan areas. So it could be a regional kind of a situation that we could in fact see. Could region play a role also in this?
Certainly, because the eastern part of eastern Vidarbha has already polled in the first phase, and all reports suggest that there is a mixed bag likely to come out of that region. So that shows that certain stronghold areas, whether it was the BJP or the Shiv Sena, has seemed to have scattered. Similarly, Marathwada has its own share of problems. So that is bound to reflect in this regional thing. Also remember certain leaders, whether it is Shiv Sena, Uddhav Thackeray, or Shiv Sena of the Chief Minister, there's very strong leaders who have very strong regional presence. So that is also going to be a factor when people actually decide the way they decide.
All right. Let me get Reni back into the conversation. Reni, of course, some of these major states that we've been looking at, Uttar Pradesh, there are 8 seats going on that is going to the polls as such. In Uttar Pradesh, the current seats that are going into polls, we've seen how BSP as a party has been a party that has been actually not there in the picture, if you look at. But what do you think would be BSP's situation in the larger, context of this election? Because it seems to be a factor, but yet not the factor at all for the last couple of elections.
Well, that's right. Mayawati Behenji, as she is more popularly known, has not been able to dent the, the political, make a huge impact in terms of the last 2 Lok Sabha elections. However, the fact of the matter is that she has refrained from joining the India alliance, and things are set up in UP in a particular way today that you can see Mayawati's BSP actually standing out as a party that is, an entity by its own. Whereas, Congress and the Samajwadi Party seem to have this alliance going forward, as in the Congress having settled for the seats that Akhilesh has allocated to them for the elections there. So what you're going to see in Uttar Pradesh, surprisingly, as one learns, is that the AIMIM is likely to make a huge impact because they seem to have targeted their focus on the minority votes. And you saw that Akhilesh was trying to correct and recalibrate his political thrust in Uttar Pradesh only after realizing this development and announcing that he's going to go and visit Mukhtar Ansari's residence, for example. He had to make an announcement to try and placate and keep the minority vote still going with the Samajwadi Party. You would remember that in Uttar Pradesh and Bihar, for years now, be it Nitish Kumar government or the RJD government in Bihar, as and when, or in Uttar Pradesh, the Samajwadi, they have always played on the MY factor, as it came to be known, the formula MY of the Muslims and the Yadavs. That is what has kept them in the race all the time till 2017, to be precise, when the state assemblies were held and the BJP was able to take the caste out of, caste factor out of the equation, so to speak, and usher in the Yogi Adityanath government. So that has changed. And now you can see the Samajwadi actually being a little stressed about whether it's going to retain its traditional vote banks.
All right. And we will, in fact, now slip into a short break with more news and updates. Will be coming on the other side.
जानना है तो देखिए, समझना है तो सुनिए, सीखना है तो पूछिए और कमाना है तो खरीदिए। जानकारी, सलाह और निवेश सब एक ही सुपर ऐप पर। पैसे का सवाल है तो जवाब है Money9। आजादी पैसे की, अभी डाउनलोड करें।
Film and entertainment is definitely one of the levers for any country to build its brand.
We are getting global. I feel that we're just on the takeoff.
More and more films are becoming language agnostic.
Content is a universal language.
There's one audience in the world.
Absolutely. End of the day, we all are like brothers who have mutual respect for each other from a different land.
This and more. Streaming on News9 Plus. Subscribe and get free vouchers.
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबान केसरी।
Helps beat sensitivity fast. Sensodyne Rapid Relief.
Well, another state that is crucially going to the polls is Rajasthan, and Vasant Raje has in fact reacted just after casting a vote. Let's listen to what she had to say.
आने वाले इस चुनाव के अंदर फिर से इस चुनाव के बाद फिर से भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार बनेगी और तीसरी बार मोदी जी प्रधानमंत्री बनेंगे। 12 झालावाड़ के सांसद दुष्यंत सिंह जी को बहुत अच्छा, माने एक किस्म से बहुत अच्छा समर्थन मिल रहा है। ये झालावाड़ 12 के लोग तो सब हमारे वैसे भी परिवार के लोग हैं और उनका प्यार और समर्थन हमेशा मिला है। तो इस बार भी कैंडिडेट के रूप में भारतीय जनता पार्टी की ओर से दुष्यंत सिंह जी लड़ेंगे। उनको बहुत अच्छा समर्थन मिलेगा और मुझे विश्वास है कि वो एक इतिहास फिर से बनाएंगे। मुझे ये भी विश्वास है कि राजस्थान के अंदर राजस्थान की जनता पूरा समर्थन देगी और फिर से भारतीय जनता पार्टी को एक ऐतिहासिक विक्ट्री में लाके छोड़ेगी।
मैम, लगता है कोई मुकाबला है झालावाड़ में, क्योंकि
देखिए इलेक्शन होता है जी, इसलिए कौन किसका मुकाबला ये और कैसा मुकाबला ये कोई कह नहीं सकता। ये एक तो ईश्वर के हाथ में है और हमारे ईश्वर रूपी जनता के हाथ में है, इसलिए टेकन फॉर ग्रांटेड कभी नहीं कर सकते।
Well, that was in fact Vasundhara Raje. KV Prasad, Rajasthan, again a crucial state for the BJP. How do you see Rajasthan's voting patterns? Of course, we've seen how in the assembly elections also they have voted for the BJP. But Rajasthan also has its peculiarities as such. It doesn't have a fixed situation of a fixed party to which it votes during assembly, and it might change its perspective when it comes nationally as well. And similar, vice versa, we have seen how things have happened in Rajasthan. But Rajasthan seems to be in a safe bet area for the BJP at the moment.
Yeah, of course. I mean, we know that they got 25 out of 25 in the last Lok Sabha elections. So that's where the BJP is again banking upon the bulk of the seats from the western part of the country. That being said, but remember something very significant, Vasundhara Raje just said, elections are elections. Don't take anything for granted. And that is the bottom line in every election. And political parties and political leaders who have spent years on the ground do realize that voters are today the voter is the king or the queen. They decide exactly what's going to be the fate of the persons who are contesting the candidate. Having said that, there's one thing very clear. All the reports that have come from Rajasthan do indicate that the BJP maybe not expecting to do as good as, complete clean sweep. That is the talk also based upon the fact that certain assembly election results were very close. So But we don't know. As a political observer, we have seen that people discern, even when the elections to the state assembly and the Lok Sabha are held simultaneously, they sometimes vote differently. They vote differently for the state assembly or the state government and for the national government. That has been the pattern in many states. Of course, now Rajasthan, the BJP, the onus will be on the BJP chief minister to prove that his new command that he has been positioned and put in place of a senior leader like Vasundhara will deliver in terms of seats when it comes to Lok Sabha.
All right. And KV Prasad, how do you in fact see when it comes to Manipur, a very crucial state? Of course, it's been voting in 3 phases, 1 seat in 2 phases itself. Shadow of violence, so many things happened in the previous 1 year. A state where kind of normalcy is returning, but under tense conditions. So Manipur, a very crucial northeastern state for the BJP as well, as it in fact tries to douse the flames of sectarian strife.
We all know the kind of violent activities or violence that has wrecked that state. There is deep divisions within the society. So the biggest focus of all political parties should remain to try and bring the society back. And probably elections may not be the right in the sense they do accentuate, as it is, they accentuate the kind of differences that exist within communities, that exist within societies. But having that is not the issue. Eventually, we all know in the first phase, there were some reports of violence. Of course, the Election Commission did order repoll in some 11 polling booths. So one hopes that that kind of scenes are not repeated because people need confidence to come out and vote and not being threatened, because the whole process of free and fair elections is the hallmark of the Election Commission of India. And people are speaking through their vote. They'll speak exactly what they want. So we have to wait and see. But yes, you're right. It's a very sensitive place. And elections are always, as I said, places are time when people have different opinions which come to the fore. But eventually we need peace, both in terms of people can live, coexist in the state where they have been living for several decades together.
Well, we'll slip into a short break, but we ask our guests to in fact stay. We will get you the latest coming in from the second phase of elections from across the country. But stay with us as we slip into this short break.
You were the chosen one to direct Mr. Bachchan for his first endorsement, for his first appearance on the small screen.
It was a life-changing moment.
Have you been a rebel with a cause?
There was a sense of responsibility, there was a sense of frustration.
Are you worried about cancel culture?
You tell a story with a fierce psychosis, you're gonna spoil it anyway.
This and more, streaming on News9 Plus. Subscribe and get free vouchers.
It's probably the best kept secret in India.
Family-owned business, which has been extremely clinical in their approach. They have not hesitated ever to kill their darlings.
Typical to a South Indian business empire, I think they've shunned the limelight, almost deliberately.
Forty countries, 1,000 multilingual bookstalls, 1.25 lakh people, one destination, the New Delhi World Book Fair 2024.
So it's a great honour to be here. Thank you to the National Book Trust and those that have embraced us over recent days.
I was at the London Book Fair once and I had not participated here, but this fair is an ocean and it's beautiful.
This should be your annual spring picnic.
Through the power of knowledge, we are going to create responsible citizens, global citizens with global skills and also global responsibility.
This and more, streaming on News9 Plus. News is now content. Subscribe and get free vouchers.
कलरफुल बनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबां केसरी।
Helps beat sensitivity fast. Sensodyne Rapid Relief.
Well, big crucial state of Karnataka is also voting in the second phases of the elections. The important seats, of course, the three Lok Sabha seats in Bengaluru, Mysuru as well as Mandya coming up for the big fight as such. And of course, there is the JDS-BJP alliance in Karnataka that is going against the Congress in the state, which had recently come to power after defeating the BJP alliance there. Now, I'm joined in by my colleague Vajiola. Vajiola, how do you see the morning voting pattern in Karnataka? And of course, the crucial three seats we are looking at in Bengaluru, and also the crucial seat of Mandya and as well as Mysuru, where we have the scion of the Wadaya royal family, in fact, contesting for the BJP. So, how is the situation panning out in Karnataka?
Well, good morning, workers. The city of Bengaluru has come out to vote early in the morning. As you can see behind me, these are the people who've come here at the Bangalore South constituency, who've come here to vote. And this is the school where they've come to cast their vote. We've also have Ramlinga Reddy, whose daughter is also fighting this election. He's the MLA from here, the transport minister from here. He's also arrived here and will be voting very soon. As you can see, this is the constituency of Soumya Reddy. This is also the current MP of this place is your Tejasvi Surya, and this is the booth at which we are. And as you can see, the crowd over here is people have come in large numbers early in the morning, despite sharp sun, but they still here managed to come here and cast their vote and take part in the dance of democracy. So, I guess as you can see, this is the turnout over there, and these are the people who walked in to cast their vote early in the morning. So, Bengaluru looks like it's got up and come here close to 3 lakh, 3 crore votes will be casted. 14 out of the 20 seats in Bengaluru are going for voting. This is the first phase of election here, where you see most of the Bangalore seats that will be going for voting today, and 20 seats of the Kerala will be going up for vote today from South India. So this is what we are seeing today. So throughout the day, we will see people coming in large numbers, because this morning time and the evening time is where they are expecting a lot of people to come in, because later in the day it is going to get hotter and hotter, and that is the time when we will see a little dip in the percentage also. Varghese, back to you.
Bangalore North is supposed to be a very important constituency. You have Shobha Karandlaje facing off against Rajiv Gowda. I mean, it is said to be the fight of the titans in Bangalore North.
Well, Varghese, almost all the 4 seats of Bengaluru are tight. That is one seat that you've said. You have Tejasvi Surya, Soumya Reddy. Then in the other seat, you have Mansoor Ali Khan and PC Mohan. So it is a tough fight. And in Bangalore Rural, you have DK Suresh and the CN Manjunath will be fighting for the first time, who's a doctor himself. So the fight in Bengaluru is interesting. We'll have to wait and watch on whose side will the win be at, because the contest is going to be tight. Shobha Karandlaje has come from Udupi Chikmagalur to contest here in Bangalore North under the instruction of Yediyurappa. Then you have Tejasvi Surya, who's also been a very strong leader, who's been vocal about the issues in Bengaluru, who's been seen everywhere. So that is another tight seat. The interesting one will be PC Mohan and Mansoor Ali Khan, because Mansoor Ali Khan has been standing for has stood for the MP seat for a very long time, but has not won. But PC Mohan, on the other hand, has won close to 3 times. So that is one interesting seat. So the entire contest is going to be a very interesting one, because as you see, this is the day that most of them have waited for. And with people who have come here in large numbers early in the morning, with Ramlinga Reddy, who's also here. Let me just try to sneak in and see if you would want to speak to us. Sir, ನಾವು News9 ಇದೆ ಸರ್. News9 ಅಂತ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ ಸರ್. ಅದೇ ಸರ್. What should the voters think? Okay. So the minister said that he will not speak to the media here because this is the polling booth. He will speak to us outside. So we will try and speak to him again when he leaves. So you can see, Varghese, early in the morning, people are here. The day is set. We will see how many more people walk in and what will be the percentage to be, because this is a crucial election. It's going to judge the 10 years of the Narendra Modi government. Will it stand the test of time or not? Or will the opposition be able to manage and squabble and get some seat to win? Back to you, Varghese, at the studio.
Stay with us, Vajiola. We will be coming up to get the details from Karnataka as such. But there have been several reactions coming in. There have been voting happening in Kerala, in Karnataka, in Uttar Pradesh, in Assam as well, and in Manipur. There have been several reactions from politicians who have gone to carry on with their votes and cast their votes as well. And at the same time, people have coming out in large numbers in the morning as well because of the heat wave situation that is there in the country. So they are trying to, in fact, ensure that the voting process is completed in the morning. So you are seeing large crowds at the polling booths in the morning itself. So let's listen into those few reactions coming in.
सबसे यही रिक्वेस्ट है कि ये देश सेवा का सुनहरा मौका होता है वोटिंग वाला दिन, अपना वोट भी दें और देश के अंदर अच्छी सरकार आए, अच्छा प्राइम मिनिस्टर बने, अच्छे लोग राजनीति में आए, उसके लिए ज्यादा से ज्यादा मतदान कराने के लिए पूरा प्रयास करें.
You will see the people's heart. I will see, or the nation will see, participation of Kerala in the national development movement. So the heart will bloom in Trichur and such other constituencies in the state.
There is a trend, a silent trend against this government across the nation. I hope the Congress-led India front will come back. In Kerala, we got 19 out of 20 seats last time, and we lost Alapuri seat by a few votes margin. This time our AICC General Secretary is contesting, Mr. K.C. Venugopal is contesting from there. He will win with a wonderful margin. There is a trend against the central government as well as the state government. And there is an anti-incumbency against the state government also. So, and we have fielded very good candidates in the field. They are doing well. So our assessment is that we will get 20 out of 20.
Especially young voters, first-time voters. அற்புதமான அனுபவம். That is the power. And அதோடைய சந்தோஷம் மகிழ்ச்சி உங்களுக்கு கிடைக்கும். Please choose your leader. Please choose your representative so that you don't complain tomorrow.
This terrain, Alapi, is like my heart. The people of Alapi has given a little place for me in their heart. My entire heart is for Alapi also. Therefore, I am totally confident that people of Alapi will stand with me in this election. And only because of the first phase results, now Modi ji is totally panicking, brother. That is why he is doing low-level attack on Congress party. Low-level attack on Congress party. I am very thankful to the Prime Minister. He bring the Congress manifesto in the maximum limelight. Our manifesto is very clear. Our manifesto is for poor. Their manifesto is for Adani and Ambani. This is the difference. Therefore, I am very thankful to the Prime Minister that the Prime Minister himself bring the manifesto into the public domain very big way. Why? Okay.
Yes, it can be a hot day for Bengaluru, but it is worth coming out. Choose your time, come, please come, do vote. India needs every vote. I think they want continuity, they want stability. People want India to progress. And they've seen last 10 years. Last 10 years is performance of this government is definitely in the minds of the people. And therefore, I think that will be the one with which they've come to the booth. You can see the enthusiasm. Senior citizens in particular, I'm very grateful, have just come out of their homes and they are in long queues. They are not grudging. They are not saying, oh, it's taking too long. They are there. And some of them, I know the Election Commission, in fact, I'm grateful to the Election Commission. Election Commission has made a provision that they can vote from home. But despite that, inclusive of my parents, despite that, many senior citizens have chosen to come and be here, feel the pulse and cast their vote. I welcome that. I was also very happy to see a lot of one-time voters, the first-time voters, first-time voters who were here. I stood with them, had some pictures clicked. The enthusiasm among the senior citizens and enthusiasm among the young, the first-time voters is very encouraging.
आने वाले इस चुनाव के अंदर फिर से इस चुनाव के बाद फिर से भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार बनेगी और तीसरी बार मोदी जी प्रधानमंत्री बनेंगे। 12 झालावाड़ के सांसद दुष्यंत सिंह जी को बहुत अच्छा, माने एक किस्म से बहुत अच्छा समर्थन मिल रहा है। ये झालावाड़ 12 के लोग तो सब हमारे वैसे भी परिवार के लोग हैं और उनका प्यार और समर्थन हमेशा मिला है। तो इस बार भी कैंडिडेट के रूप में भारतीय जनता पार्टी की ओर से दुष्यंत सिंह जी लड़ेंगे। उनको अच्छा, बहुत अच्छा समर्थन मिलेगा और मुझे विश्वास है कि वो एक इतिहास फिर से बनाएंगे। मुझे ये भी विश्वास है कि राजस्थान के अंदर राजस्थान की जनता पूरा समर्थन देगी और फिर से भारतीय जनता पार्टी को एक ऐतिहासिक विक्ट्री में लाके छोड़ेगी।
मैम, लगता है कोई मुकाबला है झालावाड़ में, क्योंकि
देखिए इलेक्शन होता है जी, इसलिए कौन किसका मुकाबला ये और कैसा मुकाबला ये कोई कह नहीं सकता। ये एक तो ईश्वर के हाथ में है और हमारे ईश्वर रूपी जनता के हाथ में है, इसलिए टेकन फॉर ग्रांटेड कभी नहीं कर सकते।
मैं सबसे यही कहना चाहता हूं कि अपना वोट आप ज़रूर डालें। जो वोटिंग परसेंटेज है वो हमेशा ज़्यादा होना चाहिए, बिल्कुल, क्योंकि ये हमारा कर्तव्य है देश के प्रति, हमारा अधिकार है हमारे प्रति। तो हमें अपने वोट का प्रयोग जरूर करना चाहिए, मताधिकार का प्रयोग होना चाहिए, सब लोगों को वोट डालना चाहिए।
उत्तर प्रदेश के गाजियाबाद लोकसभा क्षेत्र से बीजेपी के प्रत्याशी अतुल गर्ग हमारे साथ बातचीत करने के लिए हैं और खास बात यह है कि अपने बूथ पर सबसे पहला वोट इन्होंने डाला है, यानी कि वोटर नंबर 1 ये अपने बूथ के हो गए हैं। आप अपने बूथ पर नंबर 1 रहे, लेकिन इस गाजियाबाद में नंबर 1 रहेंगे या नहीं रहेंगे उसके लिए कितने आश्वस्त हैं, क्योंकि इस बार कहा जा रहा है कि कॉम्पिटिशन टफ हो गया।
कोई कॉम्पिटिशन नहीं है, अंतर इतना ही समझो जितना पिछली बार लोक विधानसभा में 1,54,000 वोट बीजेपी को मिला था और कांग्रेस को 11,000।
एक्सपेक्टेशंस आपसे बहुत हाई है, क्योंकि सिटिंग कैबिनेट मिनिस्टर को यहां से रिप्लेस करके आपको दिया गया है, आप सिटिंग एमएलए रहे हैं, तो मार्जिन क्या समझते हैं, क्योंकि वीके सिंह हर बार ज्यादा मतों से जीते, यहाँ पर 5 लाख से ज्यादा मत।
देखिए जीत का अंतर क्या रहेगा मैं नहीं कह सकता हूँ, पर इतना पता है वोट परसेंटेज बीजेपी को 62 की जगह अब की बार 67 मिलने वाला है।
तीसरी बार बीजेपी इस सीट को देख रही है जीत की तरफ। क्या मुद्दे रहे, आपको लगता है कि कुछ स्थानीय मुद्दे रहे जिसमें कि लैग बिहाइंड भी कर रहे थे?
वोटिंग का मुद्दा स्थानीय नहीं है, वोटिंग का मुद्दा केवल नरेंद्र मोदी को प्रधानमंत्री बनाने का है। हाँ, विकास की गति तेज रहनी चाहिए, पूरे राष्ट्र के साथ में संतुलित रहनी चाहिए, ये मेरा काम रहेगा।
वोटर्स के पास जब आप गए तो क्या आपको लगा कि सिर्फ राष्ट्रीय मुद्दों पर वो बात कर रहे हैं, नरेंद्र मोदी के नाम पर वोट करेंगे, या फिर उनके लिए क्षेत्र वाइज मुद्दे भी मायने रखते हैं, क्योंकि आप विधायक भी तो रहे हैं क्षेत्र?
मुश्किल से 2-3% लोगों ने क्षेत्र की उसकी बात करी है, कामों की, किसी ने काम की बात नहीं करी, सबने नरेंद्र मोदी के नाम पर वोट दिया।
यानी कि नेशनल मुद्दों पर ही चुनाव है, मोदी चेहरा है।
मोदी चेहरा।
धन्यवाद हमसे बातचीत करने के लिए। तो अतुल गर्ग अपने पूरे परिवार के साथ सबसे पहले अपने पोलिंग बूथ पर मतदान किया इन्होंने, और इनका कहना है कि जो मुद्दा इस चुनाव में रहा है वो केवल और केवल प्रधानमंत्री को, मोदी को दोबारा प्रधानमंत्री की कुर्सी पर बिठाने का रहा है, और इसी मुद्दे पर लोग वोट कर रहे हैं, क्योंकि उनकी लोकप्रियता के आधार पर ही ये लोगों के बीच में गए और इनको उसी तरह की स्वीकृति लोगों के बीच मिली, और पूरी तरीके से कॉन्फिडेंट अपने आप को बता रहे हैं कि एक बार फिर से बीजेपी इस सीट पर लगातार तीसरी बार जीत दर्ज करेगी।
Now let's in fact take a look at kind of the number of seats that are going to the polls when it comes to the states. Well, we have in Uttar Pradesh around 8 seats are going to the polls today. In that, the NDA alliance had held 7, while the India alliance had only 1 in that particular state as well. Meanwhile, there are reports coming in that the entire state of Kerala, 20 states of Kerala, 20 seats in Kerala are going to polls, and the 20 seats, it's a 3-corner contest between the BJP, the LDF as well as the UDF. Meanwhile, Trivandrum candidate Shashi Tharoor spoke with News9 Bharatwash. Let's listen into what he had to say ahead of his going ahead and casting his vote.
केरल के त्रिवेंद्रम से 3 बार के सांसद शशि थरूर चौथी बार भी यहीं से ताल ठोक रहे हैं। मतगणना शुरू हो चुकी है। थरूर साहब हमारे साथ मौजूद हैं। थरूर साहब, क्या कहेंगे? मतदान शुरू हो चुका है। प्रधानमंत्री मोदी और बीजेपी कह रहे हैं अब की बार 400 पार, क्योंकि केरल और तमिलनाडु में भी हम जीतने जा रहे हैं। कोई जवाब?
जीतने नहीं जा रहे वो, यहाँ नहीं जीतने जा रहे। यहाँ तो शून्य मिलने वाला है केरल और तमिलनाडु में, लेकिन देश में भी जीतने वाले नहीं है। जो कुछ हमने सुना, वो पहला जो राउंड था 19 तारीख को, जो माहौल नॉर्थ इंडिया से, उत्तर भारत से भी हमें यहाँ सुनाई दे रहा है, बिल्कुल भाजपा के खिलाफ है। तो मैं समझिए मोदी जी ऐसे क्यों बुरी बातें कर रहे हैं हमारे देश में। मेरे ख्याल में उनका मन में भय है। वो उनको अभी समझने लगा कि इस चुनाव हार का चुनाव है उनके लिए, और इसलिए ये सब बोल रहे हैं। जो बयान बंसवाड़ा राजस्थान में दिया, जो कांग्रेस के मैनिफेस्टो में जो कुछ नहीं लिखा है उसके बारे में कहने लगा कि इसमें है, इस किस्म की चीज़ें एक प्रधानमंत्री नहीं करना चाहिए था। लेकिन उनका सिर्फ ये डर है कि अभी चुनाव आने वाला है, तो जो भी बोले जीतने के लिए बोल रहे हैं।
लेकिन बार बार वो कह रहे हैं कि कांग्रेस पार्टी सैम पित्रोदा का जो विरासत कर की बात आई, उन्होंने प्रधानमंत्री कहना है कि कांग्रेस पार्टी दूसरों की संपत्ति, आपकी संपत्ति ले लेगी, मंगलसूत्र ले लेगी और मुसलमानों में बांट देगी।
ये विरासत का जो टैक्स था, किसने उसको बंद किया? राजीव गांधी ने। 1985 की बात कह रहा हूँ मैं। दूसरी बात यह है, दोबारा ले आने के लिए किसने बात की? भाजपा सरकार। 2019 के बजट में जयंत सिन्हा, जो उस वक्त MOS फाइनेंस था, वो उन लोग बताने शुरू किए कि इनहेरिटेंस टैक्स, ये विरासत का टैक्स अच्छा होगा देश के लिए।
Well, that was in fact Shashi Tharoor who was speaking about the inheritance tax as well. Well, there have been reactions coming in from others as well, where they have been talking about the voting that is happening in many places. Kerala, 20 of the seats are going for votes, while we have in Karnataka from the 28, at least half of them going for polling, and crucial seats, of course, in Mandya, in Mysuru, as well as the 3 Lok Sabha constituencies in Bengaluru. Meanwhile, in Assam, 5 of the 14 seats are going. The NDA had held 4 out of it, and 1 in the previous thing as well. These are in fact the polling situation that we are in fact seeing. Early morning voters coming out in large numbers to avoid the heat wave, coming and standing in long queues to cast their vote, as well as they try to cast their vote before the sun becomes quite a problem for them. Of course, we are seeing even the leaders moving to the polling booths early in the morning itself to cast their votes. Rajasthan, where the former Chief Minister of Rajasthan, Ashok Gehlot, is at the polling station and is going to cast his vote. 13 seats in Rajasthan are up for grabs in the second phase. Vasundhara Raje from the BJP had cast her vote early in the morning and had also pitched in for the candidate from her constituency. Meanwhile, we have Ashok Gehlot going ahead and casting his vote in Rajasthan.
हाँ हाँ आ जाएंगे यार,
Well, now let's take a look at the stories coming in from across the country over elections. Well, that's all in this edition of the Bulletin, but stay tuned to News9 as we get you the latest from the second phase of the polling from across the country. With that, it's a wrap on this edition, but stay tuned to News9.
हर पल मनाओ केसरी त्योहार। विमल, बोलो जुबां केसरी।
Helps beat sensitivity fast. Sensodyne Rapid Relief.
The football is mother of all games. It is a team sport. The leadership attitude is taking the ownership.
It's always a big responsibility to take decisions and the right decisions.
I always